Here today with Coach Eric Villasenor of the Eagle Pass Winn Mavericks. How you doing today?
Doing well. Good morning, Tony. Thanks for having me on this morning and talking a little bit about our kids and our program.
Yes, sir. You are definitely welcome. Let's start with talking a little bit about you and your coaching history. I know you are a coach's son. That your dad coached uh, out there in Eagle Pass. So, but kind of take us through how Eric wound up as a head football coach.
Well, initially, Tony, my coaching journey it's pretty good. I've been around the game growing up. My dad has been a coach and is still coaching, Tony. He's going into his 49th year of coaching. He's the defensive coordinator at Laredo Nixon, and as luck would have it, that is our district opener this year here in Eagle Pass. So I thought we were over and done with it with our matchups when he was the head coach at Laredo LBJ and I was here at Winn. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We're still going to match up. This time he's in a coordinator role, and obviously I'm still the head coach here at Winn. So it should be fun. It's pretty unique. I think that's the beauty of the coaching profession is when you get a matchup like this. But it's all business when we line up and we're ready to kick off. We want to win the ball game, and it's a district ball game, so that adds a little spice to it, I think. My dad hired me in 2001 out of college. I graduated from UTSA, and in 2001, he was the head coach at La Jolla High School down in the Valley. He hired me as a freshman coach, and then I just, worked my way up. In 2003, our current athletic director, Coach Edward Graff, was the head coach down here in Eagle Pass and offered me a job to come back home. I took it and just worked my way up, through the ranks, position coach, coordinator, and eventually the head coach. I was the offensive coordinator at Eagle Pass High School from 2006 to 2012. And when Winn High School came open, I jumped at the opportunity, and it's been a great decision in my career. Allowed me to grow, not only professionally, but in other aspects of the coaching and educational aspect of it. And it's a decision that has certainly made me better as a person and made me better as a coach, without a doubt.
Now, growing up a coach's son, you've seen a lot of the behind the scenes, if you will, a lot of people don't see. One of the roles of the coach that a lot of people don't necessarily see from the outside is that mentor, coaching the coaches, getting your coaches ready for whatever's next to them. Now, you've experienced that, of course, from both sides. Your dad is a mentor and other people's mentor, and now you're in that role. Talk a little bit about that role of head coach's mentor.
I think as a head coach, Tony, you wear a lot of hats. You got to make sure that you're organized and intentional in how you do things, because being a leader, I mean, you're the one steering the ship, and the kids and the programs and assistant coaches and head coaches from other sports are going to take after your belief system and really follow that lead. So it's important to be consistent. I think you need to have a good values. That way it multiplies with the kids, the coaches, and of course the other head coaches in the other sports. You got to have a thick skin. I think social media certainly provides a platform to bring out some positive stuff, but it can also bring out the negativity, and you got to make sure that you ignore that noise. Certainly, people want to attack you from all angles, and that's the reality of it. But as a head coach, make sure you have a thick skin, and stay focused on the task at hand, not get caught up on external factors that you can't control. I think that's really important.
Now, you're dealing with a bunch of teenagers, and we were all teenagers, and if we're honest, we weren't the easiest to deal with when we were teenagers. So, but but when you talk about the negative aspects of social media, how do you handle that with your kids and your programs there, and advising them and coaching them how to handle the social media?
Well, we teach them the value of having social media and the importance of, when you're logging into Twitter or Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram, whatever it is, we let them know and we make it known and we communicate that to them daily. Like when you hit send, you represent a lot of people. You represent Winn High School, you represent our community, you represent our coaches, our staff. So you got to make sure that, your tweet or your post or your picture is reflective of what we're about and that you're protecting our brand. And that's tough to do, Tony, without a doubt. But, that's constant communication that we have with our kids, our coaches, that when they hit send, they represent a lot of people, not only that social media or that Twitter handle or that Facebook account, they represent the Winn High School community.
So, getting ready for the 2022 season, what do you think you look like so far?
Well, we are winding down spring football right now, really a heavy evaluation process on both sides of the ball, and of course our special teams phase as well. We lost 5 starters on defense. We lost 5 starters on offense. So we're looking for pieces of that puzzle to replace. On the offensive side, we do return our leading rusher, Jeremiah Robinson. He was rushed for 1,600 yards, 20 plus touchdowns. And he's going to be a key piece of our offense. We lost some O-linemen. We lost our quarterback as well. So that's what spring ball is all about, heavy evaluation. On the defensive side, we lost our front, our defensive front, our D-line, our DN. So looking at guys there that can replace those that have graduated. I think the strength of our defense will be our secondary. We've got a lot of guys returning there on the back end. But like I said, Tony, it's a constant evaluation, practice by practice. But what we really want to emphasize in these next couple of weeks is to make sure the effort's there, make sure that we continue that physicality that we're known for, and just to be consistent with our habits. That's the main thing.
Now, in doing a tiny bit of research before talking, I noticed there at Winn High School, you have a student media presence there. Can you talk a little bit about what that means and possibly, preparing your players for that kind of a presence as they move on?
Can you repeat the question, Tony? I'm sorry, you cut off.
Yeah. In doing some research, I noticed that you have a fairly strong student media presence there at Winn. And can you talk a little bit about how you and the school use that, not just to promote what's going on there, to prepare your players for that kind of exposure?
I think that's a positive platform that our school district provides. And certainly our kids take full advantage of that because, once they get out and venture out into the real world, they're going to go through job interviews. They're going to go through maybe some off-platform stuff where you're in an office and you're getting asked questions and so forth. And I think preparing our kids for that and training them how to answer questions and how to promote, the good things that are going on within themselves and the community that they serve. I think that's a really neat platform that our Eagle Pass ISD provides.
All right, now, one more question before I let you go, Coach. This is the tough one. Tell me something about you that most people don't know.
I will share this, Tony. Growing up, I know my dad's a coach and so forth, but my aspirations were to be a lawyer. I will share that. The plan, Tony, was to work with my dad for 2 to 3 years in La Jolla, and I already had my LSAT and all that stuff lined up to go to law school at U of H. But that didn't happen, obviously. I fell in love with the coaching profession and being around kids and the camaraderie with the coaches and kind of went a different route. But I was pretty set on going the lawyer route. But God has a plan, and He has a path for all of us. And I certainly love what I do. And I just can't see myself in a shirt and a tie, man. I don't know. I enjoy with the whistle around my neck and being around the kids in the field, and that competitive Friday night aspect. I don't think anything, in my opinion, nothing beats Friday Night Lights, Tony. It's unique. Texas high school football is the best. I don't think anything beats Texas high school football, the coaches and the programs, and man, it's so awesome. And I'm just glad I'm 20 years in this profession, and I wouldn't change anything from it.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much for your time today, and best of luck on the upcoming season.
Tony, thank you very much. I appreciate the coverage, and thank you for your time. Appreciate the invite.